Requisitioner Training 12, Invoice Navigation. After a purchase order has been created, sent to the supplier, and the order is fulfilled, the supplier will send an invoice to be paid. When accounts payable receives the invoice, they key it into the system so you can view the invoice information in UShop. This lesson is to show you where to find an invoice and how to navigate that document to get the information you want to see. Open the purchase order and look at the tabs listed down the left side of the page. Find the Invoices tab. Look to the right to see if there is a numeral in a gray oval. A numeral indicates the number of invoices that accounts payable has received. If there is not a numeral, no invoices have been received and keyed in by accounts payable. Click on the word Invoices to open the tab. In the window that opens, the top section is titled Invoicing Summary. The list that is generated gives you a lot of information at a glance. Invoice number, supplier invoice number, invoice date, due date, or the date the payment is due, invoice type, and the payment status, so you can see right away whether it has been paid. Invoice total and invoiced by. This will be the name of the accounts payable processor if the invoice was keyed, or it will say system if this was a punch-out order and the invoice was electronic. For more details, click on an invoice number to open the document. The UShop invoice number is also called a voucher number, and it starts with the letter V as in Victor. The page that opens provides a summary. We will point out some key information in several of the sections here. In the section on the left titled General, you can see this pay status, accounting date, or the date that accounts payable received the invoice, due date, or the date on which the payment is scheduled. The upper center section titled Addresses. Here you will see the supplier remit to address where the payment was sent. In the lower center section titled Payment Information, you'll find the payment date, the check number, and the total payment amount. Note that this amount may include payments to the supplier other than your own. The amount paid on your invoice can be found in the next section to the right. If accounts payable scanned an original supplier invoice into Fortis, you will find the link here in the section titled Note Attachment. Moving down the page, you will see the accounting code for this order. Moving down farther, you will see the line item details. Here you will find the purchase order number, and this is actually a link back to the PO. Also, a matching summary, which lets you see the quantity ordered versus the net invoiced. In the lower right-hand corner, you will find the total dollar amount paid for this invoice. Scroll back up to the top and see several tabs going across the page. Approvals. If Grant Financial Authority approvals are required to allow payment of this invoice, you can see that in the workflow displayed here. Matching. Here you can see a more detailed matching summary. Comments. Accounts payable may make comments here. Supplier Messages is a tab not currently in use. Attachments. There will be a number here if there are any attachments, such as a scanned supplier invoice. History. This is the step-by-step record of the invoice workflow.